Fergie. Don't even get me started. Okay, guess we gotta waste more breath on this discovery. How's it going, everybody? If you have spent any amount of time on the internet over the course of the past, 3 weeks, you've probably had the misfortune of stumbling across videos like this.
We finally know what's underneath the pyramids, and these discoveries are groundbreaking.
Or like this.
Structures so deep they might form an entire hidden city.
Or even, regrettably, like this. About a week ago from as I'm filming this right now, I woke up one morning to have my Instagram Reels feed just completely filled with the same conspiracy nonsense over and over again about the exact same thing that I had never heard of in my life. All of them essentially just parroting the exact same thing as one another about this groundbreaking discovery that changes everything.
Narrative shattering.
Season 2, Mr. Beast swarmed.
Enhanced by AI.
Spirals.
That is, of course, the Khafre Pyramid discovery. And this claim spread so far, so fast, that later that week, I was literally asked onto Piers Morgan to talk about it.
Yes or no, UFOs have visited Earth, and governments are keeping it secret.
Sounds cool, man.
No idea. That's how you know the situation has gotten completely out of control. Now, I made a short about this a little while ago. I talked about it on, Piers Morgan, but I wanted to make a bit more of a definitive piece so that I can say all of this once and hopefully never have to say any of it ever again. Okay, so first and foremost, there's already a whole bunch of videos about this discovery that my colleagues have done that are way more eloquent than I am. They break down a lot more of the study and the technology behind it, and really get into sort of the technical nitty-gritty side of things. Now, in this video, I'm going to give a bit of a TLDR on this whole situation, and really the thing we're going to be diving into is just the absolutely insane spread of the bullshit surrounding this story. So I'd really recommend after this video going to check out Ancient Architect's video on this research. He does a really great job of breaking it down in a level of technicality that I think is really important for everyone. And there's also a great video by Flint Dibble that talks to a researcher that's familiar with this type of satellite data that they used here that I think everyone should familiarize themselves with as well. So links to those videos will be in the description. I'm gonna do my thing now. So I've been sort of hoarding crazy person Instagram reels for the last week, and so largely what I want to do in this video is go through just how crazy it is that misinformation can spread so fast and so far. And we're all going to lose some brain cells together watching some videos that I haven't even really had the guts to watch all the way through until now, because I'm only going to do it once, and so it might as well be on camera. But before that, let's give a little synopsis of what the whole situation is here for anyone who's not aware. So the claim goes like this. In a press conference earlier this month, a couple of researchers claimed that they found evidence of 8 2-kilometer-long cylindrical structures underneath Khafre's pyramid. Khafre's pyramid is the middle of the Great Pyramids. You might know it as being the second one from the left or the second one from the right. This is the image that most of us are probably familiar with about this discovery. I don't think I have ever used the word discovery more liberally in my life. We see the columns stretching down into the ground with some spiraling things around them and then 2 massive chambers at the bottom. Now that image looks pretty convincing, right? I mean, you wouldn't just pull a technical looking image like that out of your ass to mislead people, right? Right? Now, while the conspiracy accounts will proudly show you this image, what many of them will conveniently leave out is this image, which is the image of the actual data that they got. Okay. Whew, it's cold in here. 40 degrees. Here I was thinking spring was coming. You guys saw my April Fool's video. Sorry, I left my bag of Vaseline here. My bad.
This is us. Just whiteboard. And that 55-gallon of Vaseline.
Jeez, I'm sticky. I know. We just all leave 2 dudes alone on a nice day with a vat of Vaseline, you know? You better have Kleenex. I was outside. Sun was shining. Birds were tweeting. I was covered in Vaseline. Gotta love it. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, so this is the data that they actually got from this. And then they interpreted this data into this, which I don't think is very honest, and I could even say really fucking misleading. So the way that this data was acquired, this data, not the, fan art that they made of it, was through
synthetic aperture radar,
or SAR. SAR technology is sort of similar to an ultrasound, thing they baby with. And you might be thinking, well, if I was looking for a chamber 2 kilometers underneath the Pyramid of Giza, the height of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on the planet, I'd probably use something other than an ultrasound. And you'd be right, considering this SAR technology does an absolutely dogshit job of actually penetrating into the Earth. But, to their credit, the researchers don't actually claim that this is ground-penetrating radar going into the ground. Rather, they use the SAR data alongside Doppler tomography data, and they claimed that by looking at both of these pieces of information combined, they were not looking into the Earth, but they were analyzing micro movements in the Earth, which they could then interpret to see shapes underground. Now again, you can check out Flint's video to learn more about this, because he talks to someone who specializes in this stuff. I am not a ground-penetrating radar or sonar expert. So all of this data, which I might also add, was acquired from a satellite 680 kilometers above the Earth, produced this piece of data, which was then interpreted as this. I think we should do more ultrasounds from high Earth orbit. I feel like that could be a niche that could be quite profitable. So anyway, this data was then not published. It was discussed in 2 different press conferences, one of which was hosted by a former member of, what was it called again? InfoWars. Oh, wow. Actually very proud to have forgotten the word InfoWars. I could go my whole life never seeing that again, and I'd be fucking thrilled. Wow, Milo from the future. I wanted to just pop in real quick to warn you guys, I will put on a different hat later in this video. I know, and I'm really sorry. I just had to give you advance warning. I'm kidding. I'm here because when I exported this last batch of footage, I noticed something was wrong with the autofocus, and so it decided that my computer was the thing that needed to be in focus. The issue that I found was that my camera was not set to face autofocus, it was set to pet autofocus, which still doesn't really explain why it focused on my computer. But fucking who knows? I fixed it now. Milo, couldn't you go back in and just reshoot all of that? No. Absolutely not. Myself and the rest of the world have already wasted enough of our collective breath on this stupid fucking theory, and so I'd rather dedicate my time to making videos about, like, actual archaeology and things that there's at least some, evidence for. Like the Octagon Earthworks video. It's gonna be the next one that comes out, hopefully. It's about a site with actual sacred geometry and astronomical alignments, and not this stupid sensational bullshit. So, look, here's a cool clip of it.
Alignments to all 8 of those are built into this architecture. It goes on a perfectly straight path, almost like a microcosm of the ancient indigenous North American cosmos.
Wow. Wasn't that pretty cool? Hooks in ya. Come back in 2 weeks. Okay, anyway, I'll let you get back to Milo with the other hat now. Anyway, so one of the people at this press conference was apparently a guy formerly from InfoWars. That's the level of credibility we're dealing with here. Then I think it was picked up by actual InfoWars, at which point it was picked up by the Joe Rogan Experience, which proceeded to chew it up and mama bird regurgitate it into the mouths of every insufferable dude bro with a microphone. And that is how this thing that I can't even stress enough how little information we actually have on it has turned into probably the most discussed archaeological topic of the year so far. Now, I think it's also important I mention a little bit about the researchers who are providing us with this. One of them, Armando May, is a self-taught Egyptologist, which is, as we've discussed in previous episodes, a guy who likes Egypt. Now, apparently self-taught in this case just means read a lot of books about conspiracy theories about ancient Egypt. In the March 16th press conference, he speculated that this information could imply that the pyramids and the structures around them are 36,000 years old, and is one of the people who's a big proponent of all the astronomical alignment things as well. So, take that for what you will. Now, the team leader is even more reputable, as he is actually a published author. Corrado Malagana, the team leader, has published books like this one. And like this one. Now, I'm not saying that these things are enough to write this theory off on principle, but they're not doing it any favors. This is one of the really big problems I have with this entire thing. I am all for researching this more. I said that on Piers Morgan, I will say it now. I think that seeing an anomaly under the pyramid is something that should be looked into. We should look more into refining this SAR technology that they were using. But I think it is so wildly manipulative to turn this data into this image, which you don't even bother to get published, and went straight to literally the most mainstream mass media outlet on the planet. Joe Rogan fans talking about the mainstream media and then saying in the next breath, it's the most listened to podcast in the world. Fuck it, never mind. Now, the claims for what this is have ranged everything from them being support structures to them being a giant power generation system. There's about a million things wrong with these actually being man-made structures. One, this is so wildly below the water table. I don't know how they would have done this. Two, this is a structure that is built on top of limestone bedrock. So how did they do this? And why would they have done it? For
What up, Camp Amp? It's me, Hazy. I am back, of course, with Yokan. Can't go wrong with Yokan. This is more of the Uni line, so stay tuned. Welcome back, and we have a new and improved Uni Pro 2.0. These are absolutely freaking amazing. I've already checked them out. I love the personalization. I touch on that in just about every single video because the colors that they offer are so freaking pretty. Come on, look at these. And the purple, I guess Yokan, they must have seen my videos and knew that I colored my hair purple. Thanks for that, Yokan. And these are some of the older Unis. This is their Uni twist. This is the Uni Pro. So this is the first one. So you're gonna be able to see the first one, and then this is the new and improved. And we'll go over some of those new features for you when we get up and close and personal, and you get to see it for yourself. One reason why I love Yokan, because you're always gonna get something to look forward to, something new, something improved. They go off of their reviews. It seems like they definitely listen to the feedback of the community, and I am for it. So today we have some scrumdiddly-umptious. I've been dabbling in the Delta 8 range. I finally quit nicotine entirely for good. No more nicotine for me. It's been over 130 days, and I am freaking stinking proud of myself, friend. I'm so proud of myself.
Stop it.
That's enough of me. Let's get into this Uni Pro 2.0. And as you can see, it's this beautiful, gorgeous blue color. I'm just like for it. The purple. Oh, she's spicy today. Quit being spicy. Get out, girl. Okay, thank you for participating. These are beefy! Look how beefy these are. They got some weight. Absolutely. We like it. So they have a metal body, whereas the Uni Pro has the plastic body. So that is the difference in that. Girl, look at her. She is thick, and I am for it. I love it. Oh, I love this so freaking stinking much. I am about this life. You can change the temperature on there with the settings. It goes from 1.8 volts to 4.2 volts. I mean, that is a wide range, and it's lower temperature settings than the original Uni Pro. So it's the Uni Pro 2.0, and it is new and improved. And like, look at her. She is in her blue dress, and she is loving life. Okay, like she just got out of a really bad marriage. No, that's what I should do. Start having our lives and having backstories for my vape. I mean, I could do it. Any hizzle. We're gonna get closer.
The very handy dandy user manual. What you can't find here or answer here, you can find in here. This is different. This is a USB-C charger, and this